It has been so long since I have lit a candle for somebody. But today I am lighting a candle for Cheslie Kryst, and I want to tell you all about it. So without further ado, let's get spooky. My name is Detroit Allycat, and I do unboxing, I do the strange, the unusual, true crime. But this story really caught me. I don't know how to explain it. This story really, I was very drawn to because a number of reasons. First off, Cheslie Kryst is Miss USA, and she was 28 years old when she actually was nominated as Miss USA. She was from North Carolina. She had a law degree. She was an attorney. She was beautiful. She worked on extra, and she had everything going for her. And on Sunday morning, she made a post on her Instagram, which, by the way, has a lot of followers and a lot of beautiful pictures of her. What, from the outside looking in, you would think is a perfect life. And she said, "May this day bring you rest and peace," with this beautiful picture of her. And the thing about it is that day she climbed up her luxury New York apartment. I don't know what floor she did it, but she jumped right off. And for a second there I thought, you know, this can't be right. This woman, this gorgeous woman, seems to have it all. How could she possibly have committed suicide? But inside of her apartment on the 9th floor, there was a letter written to her mother. The letter said that she was, whoever found the letter, to give all of her stuff to her mother. And it was in her writing. The police, the law enforcement, said there was no evidence of foul play. And it was true. She committed suicide. At least that's what we know for right now, but it's very doubtful that there's another story to this. I could be wrong. Maybe something else did happen. But there's just something inside of me that just says that, you know, this is probably what played out. And the reason why this story just caught my heart is because a bunch of different reasons, and I really want to get into it. The first thing is that Cheslie Kryst is exactly what you would think of the perfect woman. She has everything going for her. She's got an amazing career. She's beautiful. She's a title holder of a pageant. She's got an MBA. She's working. She actually volunteered on an innocent project for prisoners, which I think is really cool because I've been doing a lot of reading about the Innocent Project and the Innocence Project, and it's kind of amazing what I found out. And so for her to volunteer her time to do that is just, it's incredible. She was just perfect. And a lot of her coworkers said that she was strong. She always seemed like she was happy. When she entered the room like basically stopped when she walked in. I mean, we all have that friend, right? That friend that you think is just absolutely perfect. But the thing is that it's that one friend, the one friend that you think that has it all together, that never shows any vulnerability. That's the friend that you need to sometimes ask, "Are you okay?" Because there were things that Cheslie Kryst talked about that they were kind of like red flags. A lot of people wouldn't see them as red flags, but when I read about it or I heard about it, I thought, you know, this is kind of a red flag. One thing that I heard about was that she was concerned that she was going to be 30 years old soon, and she had not accomplished what she needed to accomplish, because at 30 years old, you're supposed to be a certain place in the world, because at that point, as a woman, your beauty starts to fade and you should have it all together, and she had not gotten to where she wanted to be in life. And that's really sad, because a lot of people say, well, you don't need to be anywhere, but if you aren't one of those women that feel like you need to accomplish this, and this, you don't understand. Once you hit these ages, it seems like instead of celebrating, you're looking back saying, I should be here and I'm not there. And it's hard. And it's especially hard because I thought I was the only one who ever felt that. But I mean, if you've got someone like Cheslie Kryst who seems from the outside in like has it all together. I mean, she was on Extra, she went to the Met Gala, she interviewed Rihanna, she interviewed Oprah, she interviewed so many celebrities. And I mean, those are so many accomplishments. And to be an attorney, that's just, I mean, I'm jealous. And for this woman who had accomplished so much, just to think that she wasn't where she was supposed to be. And it's important that we talk about this, because it shows you that the world is going through so many different things right now, and so many different people are feeling mental health crises. And I wonder if I said crisis right. So many people are feeling mental health crises, and it's the stress of the pandemic, it's the stress of not being able to accomplish what you're supposed to accomplish while the entire country is shut down. It's just a feeling of hopelessness. Every day you look at the news and it seems like something else is happening, like the world is like falling apart, and it's constant. And another thing with Cheslie Kryst is that she talked about a lot of people going on her social media and talking about how she was not pretty enough. She talked about people going on her social media, and she talked about how people said that she wasn't pretty enough to be Miss USA, and how they don't understand how she won, or she was too old. And that's another thing that really struck me, because we're going through so much right now as a country, as a world, with the pandemic, and people are still just being nasty, and they don't realize that just that one little comment, that one comment that you leave on somebody's Instagram or YouTube or something, it's gonna affect them. I never thought that I would be that person that would be in front of a camera talking, because I just didn't think I had it in me. But I really wanted to do it, and I was so excited to do it, and I prepared myself. I said, people are going to go on my YouTube channel and they're gonna say things, mean things, and I told myself, let it roll off your back. It means nothing. And it happened immediately, and it's happened throughout the entire time that I've been on YouTube. Even with everything that's been going on and me talking about it, people still have come on here and said some of the most incredibly rude things. Apparently I'm a voodoo priestess because I have Halloween stuff behind me. And it's just, I don't understand how people can be so cruel. How do you know what that person is going through? How do you know what that person is going through? If you drive down the road here in Michigan, I watch people, and I watch people cut people off and flick people off, and I wonder, how do you know that person that you didn't just cut off or flick off isn't on the verge of having a breakdown? Seriously, how do you know? Because you don't. And we're in the day and age that we're getting to the point that you could do something like that and they could just reach down and grab a gun and do something crazy. And this is where our society is headed. And it's sad. And I just wanted to come on here and talk about it because I've never in my life, and I am 44 years old, ladies and gentlemen, I've never in my life seen this many suicides. And I come from a day and age where I was punk rock, and a lot of my friends were dying of heroin overdoses because that was part of the scene. And, you know, I thought once I got to a certain age and, you know, I got older, that this is gonna slow down. You know, I'm not gonna have so many people die so abruptly. It's gonna level out and it's gonna get better. But the pandemic happened and it seemed like people were dying just left and right. And like the hardest part is the people who are committing suicide. Cheslie Kryst was 30 years old and she had her entire life in front of her. She was just beautiful and she had so much going for her. And, you know, I watched a video where she was being interviewed and the interviewer said, "Who is your hero?" And Cheslie goes, "My mom." And I thought, my daughter, she is a model and she's like getting it ready to do some pageants and modeling work, you know, and I thought, wow, her mother is sitting there right now just thinking about her daughter that she was so proud of, and she's gone. Who knows what exactly set her off, but it's just it's sad. And I guess I hope that Cheslie Kryst, wherever she is, she does finally find some rest and peace. And for her family, she had 5 brothers and sisters, a mother that loved her, and whatever family that she had that adored her, which I'm sure there were abounds of people that cared for her. I am so sorry for your loss. I know that it's not going to help to hear that. I know personally, but I really am. And you know, the important thing is that everybody needs to remember that no one is exempt from feeling hopeless. So if you have a friend that you think is like the strongest person you know, and you have a friend that you think you never ever have to worry about asking, like, "Are you okay?" You ask that person, "Are you okay?" Because the pressure that the strongest people you know put on themselves, and the things that people say to people that are on media or in the public eye, it's hard. And I really wanted to light a candle for Cheslie Kryst. I'm sure I've butchered your name a couple times, and I hope you forgive me, Cheslie, wherever you are. But yeah, I just really wanted to talk about it because she seemed like she was such a beautiful woman, and she also broke records the year that she was nominated as Miss USA. That year, 4 women of color actually won titles, and it was the first time ever in history. I think it was Miss Universe, Miss America, Miss Teen, and Miss USA, and they all were women of color, and Cheslie was very proud of that. And I'm sure her family and everyone who loved her was very proud of that too. So that is something to make mention, along with her attorney, MBA, and all the other things that she did. So rest in peace, Cheslie. And thank you so much for inspiring the rest of us. And I'm gonna leave a phone number at the end of this video. If you feel like you need to talk or you feel hopeless, please. Like, these people, they're sitting there, and you can text them now. They have all kinds of things that you can do. You know, when my dad died, I found myself texting someone in the middle of the night, and nothing happened. I just needed to talk, and somebody was there with no judgment. So I'm gonna put the National Suicide Hotline number up, but also remember, you don't have to be suicidal to talk to them. And just, you know, if you're having a panic attack or you're stressed out or whatever, it's always good to know that someone's there to listen. So anyway, I hate to say I hope you enjoyed this story because it's such a sad, tragic story, but I hope you found it informative. So, as always, stay spooky and stay safe. Bye!